Go past the stairs.
Fuck is he?
Sit tight.
Welcome back to the channel, or if this is your first time here, welcome to the channel. In today's upload, I'm going to be going over the best class setups in Season 3 for multiplayer. The way I'm going to be doing this is that I picked out the meta weapons, like all the best multiplayer weapons, and I put on the best attachments for them, and then I made a best class setup, and I'm going to be showing you guys what the best loadout and best class setup is for those meta weapons. And just so you guys know, I am doing a giveaway. I'm giving away 2 free battle passes, so about $10 to $15. The way I'm going to give it to you is just through PayPal or Venmo, whatever works best for you. And if you guys want to participate in this giveaway, all you have to do is subscribe, turn on post notifications, like the video, and leave a comment explaining why you should win the giveaway. And I will pick the winners in about a week, so if you get a reply from me in a week, that means you won. But anyways, I'm going to stop rambling and let's get right into this top 5 best class setups. And the first one I'm going to be showing you guys is a M4 class. M4 is just a dominant weapon. It's the best gun in the game just statistically, and all the pros use it. The attachments I like to use on the M4 is a monolithic suppressor on the muzzle. And for the barrel, I chose the Corvus Custom Marksman. For the underbarrel, I did a Commando foregrip. And over to the rear grip, I chose the stippled grip tape. And for the stock, I chose the no stock attachment. And so I use this class if I'm running and gunning with the M4. If I'm not going to be running and gunning and I'm kind of staying back trying to get some streaks, or I'm trying to get nuked, I will take off the stippled grip tape and I will add the 60 round mag. And if you're not the most accurate player, I recommend taking off the stock, taking off the attachment of no stock and throwing on a sight that you like. I prefer the mini GI reflex, but it's all up to you. So if you're not too accurate with the iron sights, I recommend taking off the no stock attachment and throwing on a sight. And now over to the secondaries. There is a new secondary called the Renetti. It is a very good gun. If you throw on the burst fire, it's like the V23R from Black Ops 2. But I still prefer the 357 Magnum with snake shot and akimbo over the Renetti. If you like the Renetti more, you can use that. But I just prefer the Magnum over the Renetti, just because the snake shot akimbo revolver is just like a pocket shotgun without having to use overkill. I think it's still OP. And now over to the attachments on the Magnum. I like to use the .357 long barrel, then the 5MW laser, a match grade trigger, the snake shot. Snake shot is a key attachment on this gun, and for the perk I do akimbo. I don't always run the akimbo. Sometimes I prefer it without the akimbo, but I usually do. It's good either way. It's just a little bit better with akimbo, but I like to mix it up sometimes and I don't always use the akimbo. And now over to the perks, I use EOD, Ghost, and Amp. For the lethals, I am a run and gun player, so I use C4 and Stim. If you are not a run and gun player, I would use a proximity mine or a claymore. And now over to the second class. This class is pretty much, I use this if I have a toxic enemy team, or if the enemy team is using 725s. This is like my try hard, sweaty, piss the other team off class. And I recommend everyone having a class like this because it's so OP and annoying for the other team that it just makes everyone rage, and it's a fun class for reactions, and you can just dominate every lobby you go into just because of how OP it is. And so for my primary, I use the MP5, and for the attachments for the muzzle, I put on the compensator. If you're playing Search and Destroy, I would throw on the monolithic suppressor, but if you're not doing Search and Destroy, do the compensator. And over to the stock, I do the F-Tac collapsible. For the rear grip, I do stippled grip tape. For the ammunition, I do the 10mm auto 30 round mag. And for the underbarrel, I do the Merc foregrip. The key two attachments on this gun is the ammunition and the underbarrel. So for most of the SMGs in this game, you always want to throw on the Merc foregrip because SMGs are really good with the hipfire, and this just makes the hipfire even better. So just make sure you have the Merc foregrip on this gun. And for the ammunition, this gun dominates with the 10mm auto 30 round mag. This adds damage in range, takes down the fire rate and the recoil control, but this gun's already a beam, and so I don't really notice the difference in the recoil when I put on this attachment. And the decreased fire rate actually helps you control your recoil, and you still dominate every player unless they have an MP7. And now over to the secondary, you're going to want to throw on the overkill perk and throw on the 725. 725 is the most toxic gun in this game. Everyone hates you for using it, but this class is for those people that are just raging at you and talking shit in the lobby. And for my 725 class, I throw on the monolithic suppressor, a sawed-off barrel, a 5MW laser, and a Tempest Slim grip. And then for the perk, I do sleight of hand. For the perks, I do EOD, overkill obviously, and amped. Make sure you have amped so you can switch between the MP5 and the shotgun in a sticky situation. And for the lethal, I did C4. Tactical, I did the Stim because I'm very aggressive with this class. I'm going to be in the other team's face because I have a shotgun and an SMG. And now over to the third class. The MP7 is starting to be in the meta right now, so I made a great MP7 class to fit that meta. For the attachments, I did the FSS Recon barrel. For the underbarrel, I did the Merc foregrip. For the rear grip, I did stipple grip tape. For the perk, I did sleight of hand. And for the stock, I did no stock. This build makes the MP7 a good range weapon. Not like long range, but like medium range, you still can be really effective with it. And it just makes it dominant at close quarters. And sometimes I will switch out the sleight of hand perk for a bigger magazine, but I don't really find myself running out of ammo too much, so that's why I like the sleight of hand. For the secondary, I did the 357. Same exact attachments, I'll put it back up on the screen. For the perks, I did EOD, Ghost, and Amped. In this next class I am about to show you, this is my ground war class because it's a little bit clunky. I don't really win too many gunfights in like the regular multiplayer, but when I go over to ground war, I pretty much dominate lobbies just because of how good this gun is, and just the build on it just makes it so easy and nice to use. And so for the gun I chose for the primary is the Gra. The Gra is an amazing weapon, it's one of my favorite guns in the game. And for the attachments, I threw on the monolithic suppressor. For the barrel, the FFS 20.8 inch Nexus barrel. For the underbarrel, I did Commando foregrip. Ammunition, 50 round mags. And for the rear grip, I did the XRK Void 2. And you might be wondering why I'm using the 50 round mag instead of the 60 round mag, and that is because this gun doesn't have the best ADS speed, and having that 60 round mag just really makes it so I can't win any gunfights at close range. But when I have that 50 round mag, it's not the worst ADS speed, and so I still can kill people at close range, and I still have a ton of ammo. And the reason I'm using the Nexus barrel over the Archangel barrel is because the iron sights are better on the Nexus in my opinion, and I have better movement with the Nexus. So when I'm using the Archangel, it feels like I'm holding a sack of bricks, and when I'm using the Nexus, it feels like I'm holding like 2 bricks instead. And over to the secondary, again I'm using the 357, I'll put the attachments back up on the screen. And for the perks, EOD, Ghost, and Amped. Lethals, I use a proximity mine because in ground war, I'm usually sitting back more, I'm not rushing up too much, and so I'll have a proximity mine just to cover my flanks. And for the tactical stim. And that's going to wrap it up for the red gun best class setups. And now over to the snipers. There's all these different playstyles with the snipers. You can be the one that goes for clips, or you can sit back and be an actual sniper. The thing I prefer to do is to go for clips, and so I chose the Car 98K because this is the best gun for that. The attachments I like to use on my car is the TAC laser, sniper scope, the F-TAC sport comp, sleight of hand, and stippled grip tape. If I'm playing search and destroy, I will throw on the focus perk, but if I'm just playing regular pubs, I'll use the sleight of hand. And if you don't like the car because it gives you lots of hit markers, you can use the AX50 or HDR. I will do the best attachments for both of those guns right now. And for the secondary, I like to run the Deagle, which is the .50 GS. The attachments I like to use on my Deagle is the monolithic suppressor, match grade trigger, 10 round mags, stippled grip tape, and sleight of hand. And the reason I like to use the Deagle instead of the 357 is just because it looks better in the feed, and it's a one-shot, one-kill to the head. And so overall, it just makes your clips look nicer than if you're using a 357 revolver snake shot. For the perks, I like to run EOD, Ghost, and Amped. For the lethal, I do the throwing knife because it looks cool for the clip if you get a throwing knife kill, and I like to go for cross map sometimes when I'm sniping. And for the tactical, I do the stim. And so that is going to wrap it up for my best class setups for season 3 of Modern Warfare. And if you guys did enjoy this video, please let me know in the comments. I will reply to each and every single person that leaves a comment. But anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video.
Every night fucks every day up.